I've looked at the column very closely. The tanks, many of them seem to be bogged in the mud. They seem to be in poor state of repair, and as you said, have run out of fuel. This leads me to believe that this is not a very well tuned up unit. The training that they did in Belarus seemed to be very much for the cameras rather than for the soldiers themselves. So if they do join battle, they're going to have a hell of a time in Kiev, because all those determined Ukrainian men and women of their military armed with anti-tank missiles are going to be easy pickings. And as I said earlier, both sides are going to take huge casualties. If we can avoid a battle in Kiev, again, that must be done. But we've got to negotiate with this madman and try and make him see sense, because an extension of the war into nuclear or chemical would be absolutely disastrous for all of us.
How do you stop a world leader who has nuclear power, nuclear weapons resources? How do you reason with somebody who is, as you've just said, so reckless?
Well, it's incredibly difficult, and I think we've seen that now over the last week of the attack into Ukraine. Completely indiscriminate attacks on hospitals, attacks on schools, many civilians now killed. Unfortunately, this is a playbook from Syria, where I've spent the last 6 years in close proximity to the Russians. They do not, or Putin has no concern about collateral damage, appears to not follow the rules of war, hasn't read the Geneva Convention, and is just dint on taking that country come what may. But we must negotiate with him. He's threatened nuclear attack with his forces. Only yesterday, he and Lavrov, his foreign minister, suggested that Britain and America were going to use chemical and biological weapons in Ukraine. So that is the state of the man. But we must negotiate with him. We must avoid nuclear accident or nuclear war at all costs.